Hello, welcome to class this month. It's Torso Day. So this is a play on friends not letting friends skip leg day. But everything we do in Pilates is actually from our center. And so whatever you're doing with your limbs should actually feel like it's coming from around your pelvis or around here, or lengthening the space between here and here. So there's five spine shapes. There's the round, hello, extension, hello, side bend, twist, and just being tall. So we're going to explore all of the movements, all of our favorite movements, but really seeing how these movements help our center, our torso, find the longest versions of whatever spine shape it's making. Sometimes it's making two at one time, or it's going to go from one to another. And so as we warm up, we'll start to get more compounding like that. But just to see how our torso is feeling in this exact moment, we are going to start with the rollback bar. So feet into your poles, knees slightly bent, get those heels as much as you can into the poles, and then hold the bar as wide as you can. You can even pull it apart so that you can connect your arms to your back, which is going to help you connect more to your center. And then you pull your waist back and you roll all the way down. And then you peel up and you run up and over your legs. So your legs will straighten on their own. We don't want the hips to go back and forth. That tells us that we're actually shortchanging our torso. Why would we do that? So pull the waist back, reach through the arches of your feet into the poles. Let the head come down, and then lift the head and chest up. Shoulders are pulling apart on the bar and back onto your back so that the springs aren't pulling you around. And again, pull it back. How long can your spine get across this mat? And then up and over this bar. One more time, roll it back. How long do you feel on this mat? And then do some shoulder rolls. And these shoulder rolls should not arch your back or make any disruptions to how long you feel on this mat. It shouldn't feel like you're getting pulled off. And then lift your head and chest up and pull yourself halfway up and hold. You're going to do little pulses as you go up and over your legs, pulling your waist back, standing into the poles. You should feel the back side of your legs working really hard so that you are feeling anchored here, and that allows your pelvis to remain connected to your center so that these pulses just deepen the connections and deepen your strength in your round shape. This is the round shape. And then roll it up. Okay, so here we're tall. Yeah, you can even push into the bar a little bit. Feel your arms connect to your back. Okay, then we're going to take that round shape. We're going to round back, but we're going to add a side bend. So arm around your waist, round it back. Take this arm overhead. Try to grab the pole or the outside of the mat, and then slide this other leg over. Now you can cross it if it remains connected. For me, it likes to just pop out of the socket there to do it because I'm just a little more mobile than I want to be. Now right here, I feel myself arching away from the mat. So I need to get longer in this waist that's side bending. And then bring the foot back and around. So it's not about how much can you bend. I don't want you to grab halfway down the mat. I want you to get as close as you can to the edge. Now I know some of us are fun size, some of you, not me, but still you want to get as long as you can. So right here as I grab over, I can feel my waist wanting to pull off. So I need to reach through the foot of the same side I'm bending towards to create some length. Bring that opposite leg over and then try to anchor my shoulder onto the mat. So the side bend is not how much can you bend, it's how long can you be when you do it. So you get one more try each side. The legs are helping you reach from the center one way. The arms are helping you take that stretch the other way. But your torso is not letting your limbs bully you around. It's not getting shortchanged by the choreography. It's actually getting enhanced. Once you've done both sides 2 times, you're going to come all the way up. All right. So we'll take this bar and we'll actually hook it to your leg spring setting. We're gonna do your 100. I'm gonna choose the easier way for myself. You are welcome to choose the harder way. The harder way would be to put your head on this end of the mat where the hooks are. The easier way is to have your head away from the spring hooks. And you're just basically where you were when your like feet could be in the pole, maybe a little further back. Heels together, toes apart. Lift your head and chest up for the 100. And then pump your arms vigorously. So if you want to lift your legs up, you can. It's a little hard in this position, and it's not really the focus because it's torso day. So you're using this bar as a challenge to your center. Every pump is challenging your center to stay engaged and not go up, down, up, down, up, down, right? And then the legs are helping you anchor even more. And you're pulling your heart back away from this bar, so your flexion is the longest flexion it can be. And then roll it up. Oof, okay. If you want to play with that again, you can. This next thing we're going to do can get a little hip flexor-y. So what I'm going to show you is this. We're still working on our round shape in our torso day. So ideally the feet are like a spine stretch forward, and don't be too far away from the pole. I promise you it gets harder real quick. As wide as the mat. If that's too hip flexor, you can go outside the mat and squeeze. If that's too much, you just bend your knees, okay? So we squeeze our legs towards each other. They're working as actively as when they're pushing into the poles, and you reach the bar for a straight arm. So you're gonna lower the arms and lift 5 times. So we're working this tall back. This bar going up and down might disrupt you. You might feel like your chest wants to go forward and back. Your job is to use this bar to make your center engage more to resist being pushed around, and then rest. Bend your elbows, bend your knees. You can even do soles of your feet together. Shake it out. Okay. Now turn that fast back on. Now you're going to take that tall shape and add a round shape. Reach the arms forward, spine stretch forward towards your ankles, roll back up. And again, round forward 5 times. And roll up. Squeeze your outer hips together to get even more of your thighs. You might still feel your hip flexors sing. I am today. Mine are really on fire from the squat challenge I've been doing. But can you see you can go from a tall back and keep that tall shape into a round shape? Woo, okay. Shake it out. Now, just to give our hip flexors a moment, we're gonna kneel. We're still using our roll back bar. If you're like, oh, Lesley, I want a challenge for today. I want to make this harder on myself. You can use your handles instead of a rollback bar for this whole next series, okay? I'm going to stick with the bar, but you could just use your actual handles from your arm springs. So first, chest expansion. So really taking that tall back you just did seated and giving yourself a little bit of time to have these hip flexors be nice and open. So pull the bar towards you. When you pull the bar down and towards you, it's not just like straight down, it's kind of at an angle. It should help you feel like you lift it up and forward. Look both ways. And then lift the bar. And again, so you're really getting long in the spine. It's not just the arms that are working here. The center is engaged, allowing the arms to pull on this bar without pulling you around. Instead, you should be getting taller as that bar comes closer to you. If you felt like the springs were actually making your shoulders round forward, stick with that. If you want to add on, you walk your knees back a little bit, pull this bar apart, keep that spine shape. We're going to stay in the tall back. We're not going to add the back bend just yet. Just keep that tall back as you lean back, reach those knees towards each other and come back up. So you should just feel like there's no wave in the spine. It's torso day. So we bring the whole torso with us as the knees reach down towards each other and we come back up. And again, lean back and come back up. One more time, lean back and come up. We'll come back to this when we add the extension in, but I want to add it in somewhere else first. So turn around, long back arms, grab this bar, lift up tall. So it's really easy to do something funky in your spine here, especially if your shoulders are tight. So relax your shoulders on your back and then pull the bar in and up. So work the legs here to help your